Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing what if Noah was in action. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, one thing before we do. This was actually recorded a while back. This was recorded on the 18th of July. You won't be seeing this for a couple of days now. So I'm going to be pre-recording a couple more videos, putting them on my members. So if you want to see some of my videos early for the time being, you can, I think it's like 99p or something. You can see that. All right, let's get going. So, episode 2 obviously stays the same. I mean, no, I wouldn't change that. Riot on set. So, Izzy goes. I mean, I think at this point you got to keep into consideration that Owen and Noah's bond is starting to show because I reckon it'll do like it was in World Tour. And with Izzy going immediately, and I don't see why Noah would do anything to make it change. Izzy goes here, but then we can move her back up to her rejoin here. So episode 4, that's a non-elimination. So we can go to episode 5. So that's where Trent gets eliminated. So when it comes to Trent, do I think there's going to be any difference with Noah being here? If anything, I do think Noah would not tolerate Trent throwing at all. I think he would be one of the people that get most annoyed when he finds out about Trent throwing the challenges. So Trent definitely still goes here. So because of that, the aftermath is episode 6. So we then go to episode 7. Izzy, I would still say with Noah, because who I did they have anyone else? No, I think they were just a 4 at this point, weren't they? Yeah, they were, and they did it without Noah, so they wouldn't fail with Noah, surely. So Izzy goes on the grips, and Heather, Lashana, and Harold all vote for Gwen. Right, so nothing changed so far. Pretty normal. Episode 8 is a non-elimination. And I do need to remember I need to add an elimination in, but I'll have to be near the end, I think. Alright, so episode 9, that is where DJ gets eliminated. And because I think the challenge probably would change, I think the Gaffers probably would lose, but it doesn't matter because DJ sacrifices himself anyway because of his illegal alliance with Chef. So because of that, so skip over episode 10, I think. Episode 11. Now, Noah, he's probably the smartest person on this team, and he is really dislikes Izzy. He doesn't like Izzy at all, especially now that him and Owen have actually been bonding a lot. He doesn't like Izzy at all. So he's probably the smartest, but when you're looking at the challenge, Noah on his own, I don't think is going to be able to lead this. I don't think they're going to listen to him. He's going to be smartest one here, but realistically, he's just not going to be able to do anything because of the team he's on. The team he's on pretty much screws him over massively because he literally cannot stop them from doing the stupid things they do. And although for the good thing for him is because the team do lose, that means that he doesn't like Izzy, and no one wants Izzy on the team. They're not happy she joined back. They don't like Izzy. So Izzy gets eliminated, so Noah gets Owen to himself. He'll like that. So, okay, well, so far nothing's changed. But with a character like Noah, you wouldn't expect much change until later, so I'm not too annoyed by this. Alright, so going to episode 12, that's a non elimination because there's an aftermath. So, with the teams we have, I do believe that Noah would be able to stop Owen from doing what he does. So, because of that, I think they actually, well, I think Owen still. Yeah, I think the first part of the challenge actually does go to the grips because Noah's here. But the final part of the challenge, I believe that most likely, I mean, Noah, he knows what they're doing, but he's weak. Best weak. Lindsay's weak. Owen, yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, the grips are winning or losing the second part of this challenge. So in this, grips with Owen. No, not grips. Owens with Noah. So they're going to be voting together. Justin's charm at this point isn't here anymore, so they don't really have a reason to keep Justin around. And in Ireland, Noah literally says that Justin is the anti him. So I'd assume there's been some rivalry between Noah and Justin this whole time because Noah uses his brain and not his looks, and Justin only loses his looks and not his brain. So I think there's beef there. And now that Lindsay and Beth don't like Justin because he got injured, he's definitely getting voted out here. Episode 13. So in episode 14, that is non-elimination, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So we go to the last elimination, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Which is episode 15. But due to the fact we've got an extra. Actually, no, let's keep going just in case because you never know, Owen might make it there. But let's just see. So in episode 15 is where Heather gets eliminated. So because the team is only of a 4, I think they're gonna have to. What's it gonna be? I think they're still gonna do the assessment, but one person's just gonna get sat out. So the weakest is Harold and Lindsay. I still believe that would be the case. And I mean, it's not good when you're seeing Noah as being the second. Well, to be honest, this whole team's really weak. Like, there's no one here that's good. So I'm just gonna say that it goes. Alright, Cannon. That. Yeah, it must be something like that. And so, who are we gonna cut out? Let's cut out Courtney. Yeah, so Harold Lindsay. Harold wins that just like in the original. Beth Heather. Beth wins that just like in the original. So it's 1-1. In the ball pit one with Noah and Duncan, I think Duncan absolutely demolishes Noah. Like badly. And then so that's 2-1. And then in the basketball, I mean, I think Owen might be able to play basketball. It's a dunk though. I don't think Courtney would be particularly good at basketball either. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna give it to the Gaffers because I don't think it's likely that the Grits win this challenge, especially with the players they have on their team. And so, because of this, it most likely it's Noah and Owen versus Lindsay and Beth. But I don't see a reason why any of these guys would flip. It's fairly obvious it's going to be a 2-on-2 here. Now, I think Noah gets to really decide who him and Owen vote for. Although Lindsay and Beth definitely are voting for Noah. So I would say that the losing. Wow. I think that Noah actually. He dislikes them both, definitely. I think he just doesn't like about how much Beth talks about random things about her like boyfriend. I bet you that really riled Noah up. His sarcasm would have gone mental. I mean, I think he wants to vote for Beth. So it's a 2-on-2, and I think I don't know, they'll do like a little challenge of a sports theme, and I think well, by the looks of things, Beth actually did well on the badminton thing. But apart from that, I do think Noah would no. Let's say it's a sports quiz because these guys are both pretty smart. And I would, if it was a sports quiz, even though neither of them, I don't think know anything about sport, I would most likely say that Noah would probably win. And it's also just because, I'm not a big fan of Beth. So I don't really mind if she loses. Okay, so that's the merge already. It feels like it's gone pretty fast, but it's okay. Harold, Heather, Duncan, Courtney, Lashana, Lindsay, Noah, Owen. Right, so episode 16. That's a non-elimination. It's just on the start of the merge. So episode 17. Who's new? Noah, Owen, Heather. Everyone else is here. I don't think any of those three are going to win over Courtney, so I believe Courtney still wins immunity here. And so because of that, let me set up the alliances. Harold, Lashana, I think Duncan's actually with this. And then Courtney, she's kind of, well, she's won immunity. I don't think she's gonna vote with Duncan, though. I don't think so. Well, actually, no. They might do. No, I think they actually will. They do what they did with LaShawn in the original. But I do believe that looking at it, the person they're going to do this to won't be LaShawna, and it'll probably be Heather. Because no one likes Heather. LaShawna, yeah, she's strong, but Heather showed in Island she's good as well, and she's hated more than LaShawna is. And I think that everyone here would be okay to vote LaShawna, while there's people that would object to voting LaShawna, like Harold. But Heather, she's fair game, so I think she just goes, really. Episode 18, that's an aftermath. So we go to episode 19, that's the princess episode. So with Courtney and Lindsay, it's one of the two that get it, and they were the original selection. Oh, and Lashana, but no, I would say Courtney still gets the princess here. So because of that, I would say Lindsay and Lashana both lose. So we're left with Duncan, Harold, Noah, Owen. So I would say that I would say probably because Owen's good for comic relief. I think he probably fails here, and there's some like funny little kind of thing, and he's hurt or whatever. I think even though it likely could be the same for Noah, I'm going to say he does make it across. Now, here in World Tour, obviously this hasn't happened yet, but Harold and Harold and Noah have a little interaction when they get off the bus about how like Harold's a bit of a know-it-all or whatever. So I think that Duncan wouldn't want to go up to Harold like Justin did and ask him for help. And on the other hand, I think Noah would. He'd say something sarcastic and he'd say something like, "You know how to do this, whatever, blah blah blah." I think Harold actually would know how to do it, and so he would get Noah doing what Justin was doing, even though I don't think Noah would be anywhere as athletic as Justin, so it wouldn't work as well, but I think it would still work. No, Duncan would go, so it's just Harold and Noah, and I don't believe it matters what happens because I believe Courtney is going to win immunity against either of these two. So who goes then? Noah, Owen, and then Lindsay. She's kind of on her own, actually. No one really likes Lindsay. That's the thing. No one does. Well, no, they don't not like Lindsay, but she's just kind of on her own. And so, because of that, I think Courtney, she really hates Lindsay. Like, she obviously, I think it's more during the merge this really happens, and I think it's about this point where it's the case that she really hates Lindsay now. Well, she's not at her worst, but she does not like Lindsay. No one here's got a big connection to Lindsay. I think gonna they're obviously gonna split their votes around, but I do think that Lashana and Harold they would vote Lindsay. It's either Lindsay or Noah, but I think Lindsay probably. No one on they would vote Lindsay, even though she was on their team. There's no connection there, and I think Courtney would definitely vote Lindsay, and Duncan would too. So Lindsay goes, I think. All right. So then episode 20, let's get a clue, right? Yeah, that's a non-elimination. Okay. So now we're at the point, right, where Owen is now supposed to rejoin. So it's actually kind of good that he's made it this far because again it means I don't have to add another elimination, which is helpful. And so because of that, when we're looking, even though there's not really because Lashana and Noah aren't here in the original. Um, I don't think either of them are going to have a better job at trashing the place than Courtney is, so she wins immunity here. So when we look at it, I think that Harold, Lashana, and Duncan, well, Harold and Lashana, I think they'll want to go for Noah, actually. Him or Owen. Owen because he's likable, Noah because he's a Noah, well, he's a bit of a, he's annoying, he's always sarcastic, and no one really finds it funny other than Owen. So they probably would vote for Noah. I mean, at least they have some connection to Owen. So I believe that's what happens. That Harold and Lashana vote Noah. And because of this, I feel that there might be an altercation or something. And I have a feeling that Harold and Owen, I think they're going to vote. No, not Harold and Owen. Noah and Owen. They're going to vote Harold. So it's 2-2. Now, I think, what could happen here is Duncan and Courtney realize they're in a bit of a middle thing, and I honestly do think they would vote for Lashana here. So we've got a three-way tie for 2 votes each. And what's this challenge again? It's the rock and roll one. I think out of everyone here, the one that would be the worst at this, and I mean, I think Noah's attitude actually might make him good for the challenge. Harold's, I think he was enjoying himself. So honestly, I'm going to say that again, it's unrealistic. I am a bit biased. I understand that Lashana goes here. I do like Noah and Harold a lot, so it could be part of it. But honestly, I think Lashana goes here because I like her too. You got to keep that in mind. So, in episode 23, at this point, Noah's not being a snake, so Harold has no reason to call him out. Duncan and Harold's bonding has happened at this point, so they're actually friends at this point. Um, who would win now that Beth's not here? I don't fully remember. Owen's not going to win this. I think he did really badly. Noah wouldn't win. Courtney didn't do it. She wouldn't do it in this. So it's Harold or Duncan. And if I remember, I think Harold did better than Duncan. If I'm wrong, you can say in the comments because I actually would like to know. But because of that, Harold gets immunity, I think. So we go to the votes, and because Harold's immune, I think he goes to Duncan. He says he wants to get out on Noah, and Duncan's fine with this because he's happy it's not him because he thought Harold would vote him. And because of that, I think Duncan gets Courtney on board on voting Noah with him. And so, because of that, we do go into the final four with 3 people that are here in the original, which, yeah, isn't too big of a change, I understand, but it is pretty good. And so, Harold automatically, I would say, gets the raccoon. Instead, even though I've usually said he gets the chameleon, because it's so similar, I think everyone just picks their animal and Harold stuck with the raccoon, which I don't think he minds because he probably has some like fact about a raccoon. He really likes them or something. I don't know. And so I think Courtney got the shark. Yeah, their whole thing about the shark would still probably happen here. Yeah, it would definitely still happen, I think. Oh yeah, shark, blah blah blah. Oh, I got my PDA, and then Owen trying to sabotage them. That would still happen, and I think Harold would get sabotage. Oh wait, no, Owen wouldn't be sabotaging because he didn't get rejoined for that reason. Actually, so he's actually got the bear, but him and the bear aren't synced up. So he's just doing his own thing. And so because of that, him and the bear, there's no shot they're making it. No way in the world they're making it. So that, I mean, I kind of don't want to do this. I mean, I really like Harold, but action what ifs, most of mine have always pretty much got him in the final. But really, I mean, there's no reason why he wouldn't make it in the final in this version, at least. I mean, with these 3, he's got Raccoon, Duncan's got Chameleon. They're definitely the shoe in to make it to the final 2 at this. And just like the original, both of them would go in the same episode. So we're into the final episode. We've got Harold and Duncan. Now, Duncan's in this originally, so we need to go through the votes. Courtney votes for Duncan. Owen, I would say probably gonna vote for like Harold because of his question. He's probably like, "Oh yeah, I eat all those low fat." Yeah, I don't know. Um, Noah, I think he doesn't really like either of them. I think he's actually gonna vote for Duncan. Yes, yeah, Duncan. Lashana's for Harold. That's 2 for 2. I think Lindsay's for Harold. I think Heather's for Duncan, so it's 3 for 3. Uh, Beth, I think, is for Harold. Justin for Duncan. Izzy for herself. DJ probably Harold. Gwen probably Duncan. So it comes down to Trent's vote. And that would go to Harold just because he doesn't like Duncan. So on a 6 to 5, that's the closest one I've ever done. Harold wins total drama action. All right, yeah. So thank you all for watching. See you later, probably in 2 days because I think I've got them scheduled about the same time. So I should see you in 2 days at this exact time. See you later and goodbye. Okay.